Some time ago I made 2 videos about automation games, which I highly suggest you watch before this one, so you can see if there is a game that's already available that may interest you. But today I also want to show you some of the games that aren't released yet, but are interesting enough to share with you guys. We will jump into the list in just a second, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with great new indie games and releases. We start the list with Automated Factory Puzzle, and even though it is still an automation game, it's vastly different from what we often experience in a game like this, because this one is actually more of a puzzle game that contains automation elements rather than an automation factory builder. This one challenges you on many levels and gives you a lot of tools to work around the problem. You can use conveyor belts, production machines, elevators or even pipes. You will work with various materials, even gases and liquids, and your job is to experiment with different strategies and finish a challenge. You will work with limited space, limited power or a time limit, for example, so you have to let your creativity shine. This game is looking really solid and provides a lot of replayability due to the ability to experiment a lot with your structures and access to custom games. A demo is also available, so give it a try. Next up is Prospector, and this one really reminds me of Novaland, as it is quite similar. This is an automation game, but also an open world sandbox survival where we explore, collect resources, build an outpost and create automated processes. I really like how this game looks. I mean, the pixel art style is looking good, and I really like survival games, so the progression in a game like this is really close to what I'm looking for. To the point though, apart from creating an outpost and exploring the world, we will gather resources and scout areas by placing supply lines to provide oxygen for life support, then use collected resources to create an outpost that will allow us to automate production. We will create lots of different items that we can then ship and sell, unlocking even more opportunities. This game looks really interesting, and there is also a demo available to play, so you can already give it a try. Infinitory is quite an interesting title, as it lets us create automated processes in a city building game mixed with tower defense and roguelite style gameplay. Unfortunately, I was not able to find any trailer for the game, so the screenshots must be enough. This game will also challenge us in a certain way. We will create multi-layer factories and expand vertically, this time while trying to maintain the best automated strategy, as we also have limited space to work with and waves of enemies attacking us as we expand. I must also say that this graphical style is amazing. I love cel shading in games. I don't know why, maybe because of Borderlands, but yeah. There are also procedurally generated maps, tower defense and so much more. This game looks like a solid title and I will definitely keep an eye on it. Icaria is another automation game that brings us something that stands out a bit. First of all, we are dealing with a voxel procedurally generated world in which we are in charge of a bunch of robots. Our job is to create a colony, collect resources, expand and unlock more of the world. We start being able to see only a small area, but as we progress, we will be able to see more and more. Each new location is a challenge itself, as it is full of different biomes and resources. We can easily terraform the world, build our factory and automate everything using programming. Yes, visual programming will allow us to automate every process in the game, and as our colony expands, it becomes necessity. Of course, not only is our factory programmable, but the robots are too. This one looks like a solid title, and there is again a demo available, so give it a try. Warfactory is a mix between RTS, city building and factory automation. Our job is to create the giant city factories that cover entire planets, industrial labyrinths that will transform wastelands into our empire. We, of course, have to create production chains to supply a massive army, gathering resources and creating everything from plasma swords to rocket launchers. In this title, we will also fight for control over the map. After everything is working properly and our factories are running smoothly, we will create armies and expand our empire, destroying all the colonies on the map. We will also upgrade our mothership, travel to other planets with different resources, biomes, challenges and opportunities, and expand even further. This one is one of my favorites on the list and it looks like a hell of a fun, especially if you're into RTS and even grand strategy games. Now this one may not be appealing to some of you as it is somewhat disgusting. We will create a living factory using flesh and other living machines. We will literally gather resources and turn them into biomass thanks to some living machinery, transporting them using pulsating intestines. We will power our biomechanical factory using hearts that will pump coolant through our network. We will also manage the byproducts of our organs, disposing of some, storing others for the future, and so on. This game looks disgusting and good at the same time, so if you don't mind a gory, bloody and organic biopunk setting, then this one looks hella interesting. StarRupture differs a bit from other games on the list, as it looks a lot like Satisfactory, but with a huge focus on combat and exploration. We will basically travel to an alien planet to find and extract resources and build our factory. We will, of course, develop new technologies and expand our industrial base even further. The planet is full of different materials, hazards, secrets and enemies. Yes, our job will not be easy, as we have to defend everything we've built from vicious attacks by hordes of aliens. You can play this game completely solo or with your friends, so it looks like a good squad survival game. Modulus is something I stumbled across by accident and it immediately caught my attention. I think it is one of the most promising games on the list and it really looks like a piece of art. This is your typical automation game, but this time you can chill with it. Yes, there is no time limit, no challenges and no enemies. It's just you, your factory and your city. You have to create modules, using automated processes of course, and transport them to construct buildings. The more complex the building, the more modules it needs. The thing is, the modules you have to deliver are made by you, like from scratch. You can create anything you want and make a building out of it, color it and make it truly yours. This is a perfect opportunity to let your creativity shine and create really amazing structures. Outworld Station is a space automation game in which you, as the new station commander, have to exploit an alien solar system to gather resources and construct spaceships. There are really lots of things to do in this game. You can atomize asteroids, mine ore, deploy cloud miners to gather raw materials, create supply chains and automate processes of course, while exploring numerous planets. You will construct ships, like starships, civilian and military vessels and so on. The further you go, the more complex the construction techniques they require and the more dangerous they become, even for you. You will also need to defend yourself from aliens, so be careful how you explore space, as you are not alone there. This game looks like a hell of a fun, especially if you're into space themes. And before we jump to spot number 1, I've prepared 5 additional games as honorable mentions. And last but not least, we've got City of Robots, and this one lets you play as a super advanced AI taking control of a city of robots. Your job is to build your dream city and craft technology for humankind or prepare for war against them. This game looks really good, the graphical style is amazing and it seems complex enough to be a good time-consuming strategy game for you. You will need to develop new technologies, trade with humans and expand. You can control every citizen, vehicle and building, evolve them, explore the environment in search of resources and keep the cycle going. You can also trade with other robots. You are not alone in this world. If you are not really keen on siding with humans, then trading with your kind is a good way to go. Of course, there are certain hazards to your prosperity, and the most treacherous one is not the environment, so be prepared for a war that may come. And that's everything for today. I hope you liked this video and found some great new indie games to play. If you liked what you just saw, remember to leave a like, subscribe and stick around for even more great indie games and also sale videos. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you next week. Thanks again and bye.